involved in the electronics industry selling equipment to test boats. And we were aware of what was going on. The data rate was going up and up and up. We all said, and then Facebook and texting and everything came on.
Amazing. And there is plenty more, so please do, nobody leaves the building until it's all gone.
So lock the doors.
Yeah, we'll lock the doors until then. But no, seriously, when we have upgrades, please help yourself some more, and if anybody can take a platter or two at the end of the day, then please do, because obviously it won't keep, so help yourselves, it's all there. I think there's been some really good conversations going on. I think, you know, that's great, because that's largely what this is all about today. But we'll now just hand you over to Liz, who's going to tell us all about the... Where did you go?
They went to check on the food.
Yes. Otherwise there's only left there. Liz is going to tell us all about the bespoke built boat that she's having made for your needs, really. So over to Liz.
Thank you, Tracy. Firstly, I want to thank Tracy and Tim and CRT for putting on this event. I think it's probably been the first of many years to come, and what's been achieved by this group in the past few years since I first became involved with Tracy and CRT. Anyway, that aside, my name is Liz Husband, myself and Clive are in the fortunate position through circumstances of losing his mum to be able to have a boat built. After spending 2 years ashore, we decided, nah, bricks and mortar is no longer for us. We need to get back to the water. What do we do? Do we buy a boat, adapt it? Because obviously I'm in the wheelchair part-time now. And going forward, I've chanced I'm going to do this full-time. So, we sold the house and decided, let's go speak to Clifton Cruisers, where we have a lorry. They build their own hire boats. We'll get them to build a boat for us. And Reeves Brothers, renowned boat builders, are now part of the same group. Hence, narrowboat 1961 was decided upon. And first deciding to have it built, it's transformed into a now big Dutch barge. Now, we started off life on a boat called No Problem, which some of you may know from Sue and Vic that used to own it. We sold that as a deposit for a new boat, but when I moved abroad, No Problem, I was already disabled, and I discovered I set up a disabled boat to collate all the information I found about making life easier by the waterways, accessible to everyone, because it just wasn't in one place, there wasn't a lot out there. Through which I met Tracy, and I started going to the meetings with CLT, and ultimately this group was formed. I also do, and that was my wacky, that's I'm a graphic designer, photographer now, since I became medically retired. I had to do something with time. So that's me. Quick plug, but I have it. Right, so that's the boring bits out of the way. The boat build. We first decided back in March. Dates changed backwards and forwards as you do in the clouds. And we've got folk go, oh, the steel's on the ground. Come down to Hill Walton where they're building the boat. So this is the first picture. Looks like nothing, doesn't it? Bit of steel, quite thick, quite heavy. And beginning to take shape. Really boring, isn't it? Riveted. Throughout the build, we went down and checked it because we had an extended front cupboard to give us more interior space. It's 69 foot long. I've been a Dutch bar style now, but we've got a bit more interior space upright. And the stern end and as we begin to shape. And the bow is actually bigger than that. It's over 6 foot tall, which you will see later. I did worry about it getting under bridges. And we have a lower back deck on it, so getting on and off will be a lot easier when I'm on my feet. And when we use a ramp, it's going to be less of a slope, because as discussed earlier, with I love a Paralympian, I can't see you. And hello, you're hiding. Yachts like that. Where in Moore we have something called Canal Land, and I got involved with disabled moorings with them and what have you. I said, you need a ramp to get onto the deck outside the cafe. I would not use it. I said, it's okay, can we all use it? I'll walk in. But now they have a proper ramp in it, just working on the disabled toilets. It's coming along, you can see how much lower the rear deck is compared to most boats. It's normally quite a step up, isn't it? The entry to the boat is 30 inches wide to allow access for a wheelchair, an electric wheelchair. Unfortunately, they measured a manual wheelchair. I lent to a friend who had a fall on the wharf, so it's a bit wider. But inside, everything is 30 inches wide. So, as I go down the boat, I can get down the whole length of the boat in my electric wheelchair. Hasten to add, it's not this one. I've got a wheelchair that literally goes up and down. So I can pop my head out the dog boxes and scare people as I go past. Take the full suit out, paint my fangs, glow in the dark, a great Halloween. Yeah, I will do that. And we have duck hatches, swan hatches, various names at side and port. 17-inch portholes. Even the father of the Reeves brothers came out of retirement to help build this boat. So that's quite good. They know what they're doing. Man's a box of frogs, but that works. You can see it's coming along nicely. That's the bow. There you go. When you first came out of the shed, well, down at the Water Wharf, where it's being built, so who's put an arc on the mooring? It's rather big. It's, as you can see, Dutch bar style. We are going to have some sort of thing to pull me out the front, because my bedroom's at the front. So, God forbid anything happens, and we need to get out in a hurry. If I'm paralysed or unable to move, they can drag me out. Granted, I will be screaming because I don't want to leave the boat. Or where's the cat? Somebody made no problem when she got hit by a tree a few years ago. We made national news. Yeah, we laugh about it now, but they've got they've got to be off the boat. So you go somewhere, and I wouldn't leave sight until they got the cat off. Because the boat was sinking. And that was not pleasant. That's what she looks like on the outside. Not finished, obviously. Spray foam. It's starting to line her out. That's the front cabin, that's going to be mine. We've opted for single beds, because apart from that I keep him waking up, because I kick and turn. I've got room, should I need to have a hoist next to the bed to get in and out. Because if I'm paralysed, we're not getting any younger. I don't want to kill his back, trying to get me in and out of bed. Yeah. But I'm also going to have a sort of office and study area down there to work. Turning circle for my wheelchair. I'm going to turn around to chase him up the boat. And so, forward of that, we've got a wet room that's going right across the boat. Again, 30-inch wide access, so I can get in and out. And if I need to, I can transfer to a raised toilet. And the shower is going to have a curtain around so I can get a wheelchair in should I need to. I'm trying to future-proof it. Even the rail that's coming down the shower will also be a grab rail. So I have a good habit of falling over. This is forward. We have a galley-side kitchen that's hopefully this week. You can't miss it. It's not finished yet, obviously. At the back, just on the ground, you can see there's a line going around. That's where the lift is. There's a hydraulic lift underneath there. There will be a picture of a similar one further back. So I literally roll on the back deck, press a button, and go slowly down. I keep saying slowly because the engineers and my husband wanted to go really fast. Yeah, you just see the outline of it there. And again, so it means I can be in my chair 24/7 I have to, and I can have full length of the boat, because I can get down in my chair and out. With the lower back deck, and there will be a widened ramp to get on off the boat should I need it. And I'm having a chair that will live on the boat all the time, and this will be off the boat because it folds and goes in the car. it's not, in designing it, the compromises. All the people in this room that have accessibility issues will know that the things we want to do that we've got to set, we're not going to be able to do, you find a workaround or find an alternative way of living so that's no longer an issue for you. We are really, really lucky to do this. We're lucky we've got a team of builders there, people who know as well, that are doing a fantastic job, understand my needs, because we've known for several years, having lived there. A lot of people work on a boat is some of which actually live on site. So it's kind of handy. Excuse me, I'm really nervous. It's a long time since I've spoken in front of anyone. I haven't spoken in front of a crowd since I became disabled, so it's a bit overwhelming.
You're doing brilliantly, Liz.
And that's the lift. If you want to talk lifts and electrics, speak to him on the end. He'll run it on for hours and I go, what? All I want to do is up and down so I get on and off the phone. But Cad's capable of how many tons?
2.
2 tons. He lost brownie points for that. I know I'm speaking really fast. Of course, we had to make sure there's room for Maggie the cat to have a catch-in saloon. Very important, she's the boss. That's I'm not the daddy at the moment, she's not talking to me. But that's a quick summary of what we're doing. Now, I know everyone's accessibility needs are different. Things that will work for me will not work for you. From Tracy's sight impairment, things from there that wouldn't work for Tracy. Like the little step going into the shower. Because it's a wet room, we have to have that raised. But that will probably be an obstacle for Tracy. She'd be something more level. I'm going to work around it so you can seal the room by getting rubber things that you put around empty things. So I can still get my wheels on it when it's not in use and still seal the room off. Yeah, it's a hassle, I have to lift it up all the time. But it's nothing to worry about. And it's about 20 quid for 2 off eBay. Top tip, if you are having any amendments done to your boat or having a boat built and you're disabled, it is VAT free. It is not advertised anywhere. I found out by accident when I was looking at lifts for boats. Did a bit of research, Rob over at Clifton Cruisers, checked his accountant, the whole thing's VAT free. That's costing a chunk of money, as you can imagine, especially being that much steel. Yeah, it did sort of evolve. So that chunk of money has meant we can up some of the finishes and do a bit more with both than we were originally going to do, because even though we're in a fortunate position, you don't want to keep throwing good money. Well, you're going to get me out of the box now, so. But yeah, I did that. The best way to find out that, I'll show the information in the back free with Tracy so she can put it on her site, and it's on disabled boats all about it, pinned to the top of the Facebook group, the information that why not save a bit of money while you can. That's really a summary of what's going on. It's easier if you ask me questions than I answer, if not I'll get Clara to answer the technical stuff. Thank you for coming, by the way. Any questions? Silence in the room.
So would you be able to captain this boat yourself and helm it?
Yes. Yeah, I can still walk and stand, but I get tired very easily. I've got lack of spine, I've got AV, I've got FMD, and various other things going on, so it's about what's going to get me. I'm using the chair today because it's so hard to walk in the station and standing, forget it, definitely. I want to do a hills course once we get our own boat. It's going to have a bow thruster, yes I know, a lady one. I don't care. If it makes it safer for me to navigate and safer to get the boat down the network, that's all that matters. It is 69 foot long, it is a big beast. But yes, I'm going to do a helms course to steer it. But I did break my steering cherry onto that Tarwiggy canal. on the flight of locks. First time I ever steered a boat was going through those locks. Yeah, in the pouring rain. I was a master of it by the time I finished. But yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. So, well, one hopes not. I might say different when I start trying, because I normally do that. And then that's not a good idea. So,
Have you designed this with any other types of disability in mind?
no, because
I'm just wondering if, for example, if you develop another problem or if you want someone else to come aboard.
I have made allowances in the talks with people building and from what I know from my consultants, the way my health is going, what may happen or likely to happen. Such as, I know because there's a single bed and it's a good 30 plus inches gap, there's room to put hoisting should I need it. There will be grab rails in place and things like that. There's room for someone else to help me because of wide gaps to do various things. We've made allowances for getting on and off the boat should I need help. So I considered that basically where my health's going. Being disabled or having limitations is so unique to each person, it's very difficult to design it for anyone other than myself. But oh yeah, the cat. Got to put a cat in a tree somewhere. Very
There's a
important.
cat flap.
I have seen boats of cat flaps, but no, she's an indoor cat, so she doesn't go out. She just sits there and quacks at the ducks and swans, literally. So
I mean, I do think sort of if something's been sort of designed for a wheelchair user,
yeah,
generally speaking, not in every case obviously, but generally speaking, lots of other disabilities
oh yeah,
will be able to benefit from
Oh,
that.
gosh,
There's
yeah.
always going to be some that everybody's got their unique little things,
maybe
obviously.
wheelchairs or your walking sticks or walking aids.
Yeah. If
Or-
your shoes are wheelchair friendly, it's normally
I did
Right,
find on no
right.
problem, because I've been prone to falls for some years now. Managed to break 3 toes falling out of the shower, no problem. But the advantage of having built-in furniture made such a difference, and the walls are so close. I think I'm going to fall, I'm just going to lean against this wall. You haven't got to fall backwards. So there is that advantage to being on the water narrowboats. But yeah. Sorry? We're having a lot of batteries, a lot of solar, twin inverters. I think my husband's the best one to talk to about the electrics. I literally switch off every year, right, okay. As long as it works. Yeah, we have allowed for that in an electric setup, but in detail, speak to him at the end. But he's an electrician, so. Yeah, that's what I keep telling BT when he tries to send me a phone line and I said we're leaving. So we look at the boat, can you send a cable to the boat please? Where are you? Oh, I don't know. Bring up so and so, will that do? Oh. It took about 10 minutes from the cotton on what I meant. You've got to wind it up somehow, haven't you?
Can I ask you how long it's taken to get to this stage?
We first spoke to Rob at Clifton Cruises at the end of March, which was very quick. Because we literally discussed it one day, the next day Clive was down there speaking to Rob at Clifton saying, will you build us a boat? Flipping out. Every time I asked him to do anything else, it's several years. But that's quick. Took me 18 years to ask me out, I hated to add. So, you know, March we spoke to them, they started build about 4 months ago. So quite quickly, but they juggle things around because we are moors there anyway. We had our boat, no problem there after we got married. So we were given slightly preferential treatment. So I do know other people have had boats built and it has taken a very long time to we're just, they say the end of January, but with canal time I'm thinking maybe a bit longer.
Did they say which year?
The motto is just get on with it. So I can't wait to be afloat. Well, I'm back afloat on a harbour called Molly, which is one of the Clifton Cruisers boat, but it's not home. So at least I'm back in the mooring, which I'm quite happy. I just can't find anything, it's all in boxes in storage.
I was just thinking, given the importance of the lift
Yeah.
at the back, did you consider having a separate battery for that? I'm guessing that you haven't, given a lot of people have separate batteries for bow thrusters.
That's the man to speak to. I don't know anything about the wiring.
We'd already settled on 24 volts, simply to keep the current down to more manageable levels, and forklift truck batteries as the battery bank.
They wouldn't get too technical. I was just thinking.
So no, we're just using the same batteries for the lift. It's 24 volts. It's simple.
If something happened to the battery, you're not going to be able to get on. So having a backup.
Yeah.
Just
That's called get the crane in, basically.
Well, yeah, but it's, you know, it's
Yeah. No, that's good point.
redundancy, I think they call it.
Yeah, that is a good point.
There is a manual pump arrangement. It's not quick, but there is one.
I didn't know that.
Lots of big lead.
Yes.
So
Yes, you don't go anywhere in a hurry.
So I do literally switch off. I don't need to know the technical detail. I don't understand it. So.
One more question.
Sorry.
It just, again, probably in the wrong spot. You were very fortunate to be able to do that with the unfortunate
Yeah.
wireless that you have. But as I think many years ago, you started talking about it, that any one of us
Yeah.
on a boat can become disabled.
Oh, yeah. Mine happened overnight.
And were, for those of us that aren't in the situation you're in yet, to think about a future exit
Yeah.
from a boat in an emergency, because we had an emergency with sepsis, total, and you don't think how difficult it is to get a body of any form
Yeah.
out of a boat and for normal maintenance.
Yeah. We have taken that into consideration because unfortunately we have lost people within our community. There's about 100 people there. We have had several deaths and people having to be transported. Because it's an extended bow, in the front of the boat, there's duck hatch. We're going to have some sort of, like a mountain rescue type thing, a folding one you can get, stored there, so on and off that way. At an angle, granted, but it's an exit route for the days my legs don't operate. So we have thought about that.
I'd say you're very fortunate to be able to think ahead of that, but
Yeah.
realistically you'll be thinking in an emergency, how would we get a stretcher
Yeah.
in all that? Also, on a positive side, from what you said, on discharging hospitals, when they wanted to have a zero frame, and they wanted to have a shoulder frame, and then you told me
Oh, so
the actual fact is, living on an island, you can actually fall outside.
it makes a big difference, but on a sort of a toilet frame, I know, of course now, but why am I worried? In the bungalow, we had a raised toilet frame for my mother-in-law and subsequent for me when I moved in there. So that on the boat, the toilet will be raised, and that's something a lot of people don't think of when adapting places for wheelchair users or to elderly people. You need it a bit higher. A simple thing like the couch has to be higher. Well, on a beautiful harbour, the couch is so low, I can't get off it. It's too low. The couch we had no problem. We put wheels on and raised up, so one, we can move it, and two, I can get on and off it without falling. So that's going on there anyway. But yeah, we have thought about that.
Those commercial toilet seat risers won't fit an Elsa.
Well, I've got a wet room, so we should.
Yeah.
I didn't want to have another thing in my way for me to trip over, so I said, here's the toilet. But then I've got to be able to sit down in the shower as well. But I've got a folding chair, so I don't fix the wall and risk falling off. But, you know, I've lost weight, I've sort of got a long way to go. I don't want to sit with that thing, oh God, that's freaky. Yeah, I don't want to be calling for help when I'm in the shower. No, don't want that now. They don't really see that. But yeah, we're going to call on 1961.
One last question from Joseph.
Sorry,
Hey, yeah, no, your boat looks beautiful. Well, I'm sure it will be beautiful.
it's going to be a hit over.
I was wondering, I mean, anyone else might be able to answer this too. I know, like, for instance, when my grandfather became elderly and couldn't get around so much, I don't know if it was the council or social services came to his house and adapted his home. You know, putting in railings and things, putting things under his sofa to make it higher.
Yeah.
Is there anything that, you know, can councils come and do that?
They
in boats,
can.
or they can't?
I have known it happen. I think about 2 or 3 years ago on St. Boaters Group, we were talking about this, and somebody mentioned that the council have come out to them, and there's been 2 or 3 people that I know that have been able to get help with occupational therapy, but it's hit and miss. The problem with being a boater is we tend to be transient, but we tend to spend most of our time in rugby now. But my GP is in Leicestershire, so I'm not going to get any help. You need a residential mooring to get around that, really. But it's difficult.
As long as you are in a designated postcode area with your boat, even if you don't have a residential mooring, you can register with the doctor in that locality. I know this is what I call continuous moorings. They go a couple of miles there and a couple of miles there. They need to see the doctor there more in that bit where the doctor's registration area is.
We're registered with the GP in Leicestershire because we used to moor in Leicestershire. My husband used to work at Wharf there. And because we were boaters and we didn't have residential numbers, they let us use their address as a registered address. We kept them because Leicestershire Health Care is second to none as far as I'm concerned. When I had my heart surgery last year, because we were staying in my mother-in-law's bungalow, I had to register with the GP in that village to get the aftercare. So that is a workaround.
Was that as a visiting patient though?
It was as a temporary patient, yeah.
That comes with its limitations. So this is
Yeah.
where your project comes in, Joseph. Is
Yeah. So that's something. I think we're going to be having conversations about farm workarounds that we show people.
We do it all the time, which I can see.
Yeah, but when you register as a temporary patient, there is a limit to what they will do for you. Or can do,
Yeah, now I'm talking about actually getting a permanent, because you habitually live in that area, even though you move your boat there or thereabouts. And the registration address is the GP address.
Yes, that is where. With ours, our GP believes that we live at the church because we use the postcode of the church that we're members of. But the GP wouldn't let us use their address. So
But
yeah,
they can't
about
deny
finding
you
workarounds.
access because of a postcode. That is a key part of the law.
But their computer system can, because their computer system
Yeah,
blows
but
its
then-
tiny
yeah,
mind
they
at the
go-
idea.
Yeah, I had that
This
problem
is
with
what
my
my whole
GP.
project is
Yeah,
about.
you go to Health Watch
This argument,
and you show them the Health Watch card, and they can be.
This
can
is
be all over
exactly
the
what
coals for
Joseph's
failing
project
to
has
follow
been
the
about.
law.
So if anybody's got issues with this in particular, speak to Joseph.
Yes.
He'll sort you out.
He'll sort you out.
I've got plenty of issues myself.
I did have one issue with my GP when I got picked up by ambulance from one of my turns in Boots of all places. And because I've been picked up in Warwickshire, my GP said, "Oh no, you're out of there, we're going to have to remove you from the list." I thought, pardon? I said, "I'm a boater, we move around the country, I just happened to be staying on mother-in-law's house while I was sorting it out." I did quote the law at them, and they backed down. I don't want to leave. So that got around that problem, but there are still issues that need to be addressed with OT and things like that. You can, of course, go private if you can afford to, but they're cheap. It's probably quicker, but yeah, councils can and have been known to help get, I can't remember who asked that, help with adaptations.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's quicker and easier to work it out yourself and go onto eBay or something like that and pick bits up. So you know best what you need.
Well, thank you very much for this.
Thank
It's
you.
been really informative. And if anybody wants to carry on any conversation with Liz, I'm sure she'll be around.
Yeah, we're very good one. It's Sam's my name,
We're
isn't it?
doing
It's not
the
spicy
next
chicken.
Just got to swap a couple of things around for the next presentation, so if anybody... Yeah, give me spot a couple of things around, so if anybody needs them doing, now's the time to go.